Hello there, my fried friends. So today we have got this smart voltage protection module. So what it does, it's from Amic Smart. There are other manufacturers as well, but this was one of the most popular on Amazon India. So yeah, I got this one, and what it does is, let's say if your house has a voltage when it fluctuates, like if it goes below 200 volts or if it goes above 250 volts, you don't want to be supplying that voltage to your appliances. You will be damaging lot of your electronic appliances. So what this device does is, it has over current, over voltage, under voltage protection. So three protections we get from it, and in this video I will be showing you how it works. And what I have done is, this is the input. I have just connected this and I have put it on the switch so I can turn it on and show you. So initially it has a timer, so it will wait for 30 seconds, which I have set right now, before it turns on the power. So this is the power LED, and I have connected an LED here as well. So so what happens is, if you have a fluctuating voltage or flicker, if you do this, if your light is coming on and off, you want to be waiting for it to cool down. And as you can see, after 30 seconds the power went on, and now we have the LED on as well. And here as well we have this what do I say, power LED here. Okay, and I'll be showing you how you can configure different voltages, over voltage, current, and the timer of how long it takes, the delay for it to start. Okay, so let's get started. You can press this power button here as well to turn on and off. And this is they have shown you in the diagram how you can connect this. From the electric meter, the wire goes to the input, and then it goes to the output and to the MCB. Alright, and this is mountable on the DIN rail, so you can easily mount this. They also have different variation which is non-DIN rail. Alright, so first setting which we saw was the delay. So if I, let me take the camera up a bit. So let's say if I have a voltage doing this, like electricity is coming on, off, on, off, on again. So in this case, what we want to do is, we wait for the power to stabilize. So once the power stabilizes, we can safely turn our electronic devices on. So here it waits for 30 seconds. If you don't want to wait, just press the power button twice, it will turn on. And here you see that as well. Let me power it off. It doesn't need to stay on for any of this. So here it says 222 volts, and if I show you on the top of my voltmeter, here as well we have almost same voltage. They also give you the option to adjust these voltages, but I don't think we'll be needing to do that here, because it's quite accurate from my other voltmeter. So to configure the first option, what you need to do is hold on this set button. This is the set button. Now it will show A1. So what does A1 means? In their manual they have specified that. So if you go and look at the manual, here in the A1 it shows that this is power on delay time. So what does that mean is, when the power comes on, how much time it should wait before it turns on its internal relay. So it has an actual relay inside, mechanical relay. So you can hear it. If I power this on, it clicks. Okay, so that's how it works, and they have some kind of circuitry which saves these settings, and yeah, maybe some microcontroller or some IC in there. But yeah, to set this up, what we did was, we clicked on set button, for a few seconds, and then we get to see this. We have up and down arrow here, so I can press up and down and it will change the delay time. So A1 is the delay time if you look here as well. Alright, I can click on so what's the range? The range here you will see is from 1 second to 500 seconds. Okay, so you can set it for 1 minute, 2 minute, or 5 minutes, something like that if you have that kind of condition. So I think 30-second will be good for most people, or you can set it to 2 minutes if you want to be on the safer side. Now I'll have to, if you don't do anything, it goes back and shows this default state. I have to press this again, set button, and I click on set again. Now we go into A2. So what is A2? A2 is over voltage value. Okay, so let's say you are getting like 300 volts. You definitely don't want to be running anything above 260 volts. All right, so what you will be doing is you will be this goes back again, so let me do this fast. Alright, this is 290. You can reduce this, you can set it to like 280. If your voltage goes above 280, what it will do is it will not turn on, and this is the over voltage protection. And I click on set again. Now it will, A3 is, what it means is over voltage recovery value. So how much lower the voltage needs to, so that the power kicks back in. All right, it's 270 volt, and so yeah, I can make it to, the maximum. It will go to 275 depending on what voltage you have set previously. So if it comes back to 275, it will turn on. Now we have the delay. So delay is here in A4 you will see over voltage recovery delay time. So how long it should take when there is over voltage and the over voltage has gone down. Okay, so that was that setting, over voltage delay. This is 30 seconds. You can reduce it as well, but I'll leave it as it is. Now I click on second, and this is A5. A5 is over voltage protection action time. So it can go from 0.1 to 30 seconds. So how fast do you want this to act when there is an over voltage? So we want this to be as fast as possible. So if my voltage jumps up to 300 volts, I want my electronics to shut off instantly. Alright, this was the 0.1 seconds. If you don't want that, you have some different appliances where you are taking different loads, then it will change. And A6, this is the important part. Most of us won't have over voltage, but what we do have is under voltage. So this is A6, under voltage. This can range from 140 to 210. Okay, I can increase this. So let's say I want this to be above 230. I'll show you the demo right away. Right now I'm getting 223 volts, and if I make this 225, okay, so it means the minimum voltage required to turn this on is 225. And I'll click on set again, and this is the recovery voltage. So from 225 it needs to go to 230 to trigger this back to its on position. So again, if you look at, so here now it's saying LU, it means I think it means a low voltage. LV they could not write. And if I click on power on, you will see it glows here. It means it has low voltage, and it is showing that we only have 223 and 24 volts. But if we get a higher voltage, it should turn on instantly. So let's go back to set. Okay, and we make this, instead of 225, we make this 220. Okay, set, and it still says low voltage, and I have to click on power again to reset this, because we had a voltage recovery value which was lower. So what I meant by that is, let's go and try this again. I'll click on set. Let's power this off, and let's go to under voltage, which is 220 volt. I'll increase it to 225. So we want minimum voltage of 225. Okay, and I'll click on set, and to trigger it, we want, like, when 230 volt is there, it will automatically turn it on. So now if I press on power, it's not saved yet, so that's how it's working. Alright, and now low voltage is showing, and here it is showing the state which is off. I click on, it says 220 volts. Okay, if I try to press the power button as well, this will glow. It means it has low voltage. Okay, now going back and setting the low voltage to 220. That way it should turn on automatically. It won't turn on automatically. Okay, so I'll set it to 210. So even if we are getting 210, it should turn on. And here, to trigger this up, what we can do is we can make this 215. So like the increment of 5, there needs to be difference of 5. So now I click on set, and now it still says low voltage because the voltage is not going up or down. So it's like counting down, I think. Yeah, so there is the another setting which we have is how long it should take when the voltage has reached to trigger the light on. So in 5 seconds it will automatically turn on. So if you look at the chart, or let's see, it turned on itself. So there is our different setting for how much delay it should wait. Delay should be there between the voltage, low voltage. Okay, if I click on set and go back here, and I'll show you, this setting will be A8. So what A8 is here, under voltage recovery delay time. So how long do you want for the device to wait until it switches back itself on when you have gone under a low voltage? Okay, that part is done. You press on power, it turns off. Now the another setting is not very important, which is over current protection. So it can handle up to 63 amps. That's quite a lot for a household. So let's go back. I hold settings. Right now the light bulb is very small and it doesn't draw enough current, so it needs to draw like minimum of 1 ampere for it to work or something like that. So let's go to a 9. This is the under voltage action time, which we forgot about. So we want it to be instant. And A10 is our amps, how much current you want it to cut off. So if I want this to turn off, if I am pulling more than 10 amps, what will happen is I can just change it and go, and that was A10. And A11 is the delay time. And then we have A12, how much fast do you want this to be. We want this to be instant as well. So if I'm pulling more than 40 amps, it will automatically turn off the relay. Alright, and then next we have is A13, which is voltage calibration. So if this voltage is bit off, you can increase or decrease it like this. Okay, If I wanted to have add 0.5 volts more, I will do this. And next we have is A14, which is continuous over current fault times. I am not sure what does this mean. And next we will have is current calibration, which is A15. So right now it is not drawing much, so it can, like, again you can adjust it in 0.5 increments. And it's end, so and press set button to exit. Okay, or if you leave it, it will exit as well. So I have covered almost everything, and this is the manual switch. We can turn this on, turn this off. It's pretty simple, but yeah, you just have to make sure you know what you are doing, and this could be dangerous if you are installing this by yourself. So make sure you know what you are doing with this device. And again, like, if I power it off, power it on, power it off again, power it on, so something like this is happening in your house, then this will make sure it waits 30 seconds before it gives the power or whatever amount you have set, and it says PUP. So I think that means it's waiting for the power to uh, stay for that much time. So maybe in this manual they have written somewhere, but yeah, there you go. I have explained most of the things. If you have over voltage, this light will turn on. If you have under voltage, this light will turn on. And if you have over current, this light will turn on. Okay, and this is it, folks. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.